that is the key to the tribe. And that is the vast difference between working your sphere and having a tribe is you want them to win too, and you want to help them too, and you want to grow them too, and you want to push them too, and you want to do things for them too. You want to refer them to, you want to improve their life too. And that is the difference between a tribe and working your sphere.
And just like that, guys, we are 10 episodes in.
Are we really already 10 episodes in?
This is episode number 10. We're recording it right now, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy, huh?
Roll Tide.
Do we quit now? Is now when we quit?
Yeah, I think so. We worked hard.
We tried it. Didn't really get all the results that we wish we would have, so we'll just quit early. Just kidding. Tactical agents don't quit. Traditional agents, 87% of them to be specific, if you want to look at the statistics, they do quit for sure. But we don't have a traditional approach here, guys. We have a tactical one. We want you to see and approach this business differently and enjoy your life in the process. It is possible. Follow us. We will show you the way. We are the Mandalorians of real estate. This is the way, yes. The tactical way. And
also the Kool-Aid is delicious, just so you know.
Yeah, you do have to wear a particular pair of tennis shoes to be in the Tactical Agent group on Facebook. So if that's you, if you want to join the group and get the shoes, drink the Kool-Aid, link will be in the description, facebook.com/groups/tactical agents. Join us. If you want to read our book, tacticalagentarmy.com/book. If you want to get coaching, tacticalagentarmy.com. It's all there. We're here for it. And thank you so much, truly, to those of you that are rating the show, and especially those who take the time to actually type a review on Apple Podcasts. Little things like that go a long way in our show getting recommended to other people in these categories. We're in the entrepreneurship or business category, so it's a very competitive space. We did chart one time. I think we hit like number 151 or something like that out of the top 200 business podcasts in the world, which is pretty cool, but it's hard to stay there. So we gotta get them reviews. So somebody sent in a review that called themselves Boat Burner on the front lines and said, this podcast is what I like in terms of great information and value. It's straightforward. Mike and Chris drag you into the foxhole with them and tell you that the exact steps needed to win the battle of real estate. I love that description. Spend 20 minutes with them to learn where the landmines are. I've followed them from the beginning of the 10-7 project, and they have worked very hard to provide a helpful trail already blazed by their experience. Now the podcast is here, and it's great. I am still in law enforcement and almost 2 years in being a licensed agent. They have provided a lot of motivation that I connect with. Thank you. Well, whoever you are, Boat Burner, thank you. And yeah, I don't know. Like we really appreciate you guys sharing those kinds of kind words with us. It's encouraging for us to see the reviews and keeps us motivated. So thank you. Appreciate it for doing that.
Yeah, I didn't. This is the second review you've shown, but I didn't know that we could see them. So I should go read those reviews sometime, see how we're doing. Yeah,
man, we've got 5-star rating. I think we've had 50 ratings so far. So keep those coming.
Nice.
The more, the better. When people that's what people do. They look at the podcast and they look, does anybody, does this have any ratings, any reviews? Like they want to be convinced to watch it, and you're helping us do that. So thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Today's episode, we are going to talk about forget your sphere and build a tribe. Sphere, man, it makes me it gives me some weird feelings inside when I hear the word sphere, because that is such a traditional word. No offense intended to the traditional agents that happen to stumble into this podcast. You're like, well, I've leveraged my sphere for 20 years in this business, mister. Like, okay, cool, great. I just still hate the word, and I hate what it connotates, and I don't, because it's not that the word sphere is wrong, but boy, that can mean a lot of different things. And hopefully, at the end of this episode, you'll understand why building a tribe is much better than working your sphere. When you hear work your sphere. What is that? What do you fill in the blank with what that means, Chris? And you guys can compare that or listening to whether or not you think the same things.
Yeah, it just means see how you can take advantage of the people who know you.
Yeah.
That's what it means to me.
Yeah. You start with your sphere. I mean, I guess, yes, you do. When you do the CIA, you start with your sphere too, sort of. But the approach is very, very, very different.
Yeah,
right?
That's the key, right? Like, that's the difference. We're not teaching anything that other people aren't teaching as far as, to work your sphere. We're teaching you to do that. We're just teaching you a different way to do it so that you're not a douchey salesperson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry if that offends some people, but it is what it is.
Are you, though? Are you really sorry?
No, I'm really not. But
we're dancing on the line of political correctness to apologize. Yeah, man. When I think about working your sphere, I think about, just getting to that ask, tell as many people as possible that you're a real estate agent and there to help them or whatever else. And when I think about working my sphere, I just feel like even the phrase to work my sphere sounds like the end goal is to get business for myself. And that's what gets me. It's not the term sphere of influence or sphere. Like, that doesn't bother me because it's accurate. What gets me is the instruction to work your sphere or leverage your sphere, or it just comes across as like, what can you do for me? Mm-hmm. And that's just not, it doesn't sit well with my personality and who I am as a person, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely not that obviously you don't talk to people. You don't connect with people that you know already. That's not the case. But this concept of your business is going to come from the people that you already know. Typically, when you think about working your sphere, it really comes down to thinking the people that you are connected to, they're the ones that are going to use you to buy or sell a home. Right? Like you're pounding them to become clients. And that's not our method at all. That's not the tactical funnel. That is not the CIA. They are not the end game.
Right. We're not saying like if somebody in your sphere is like, hey, will you sell my house? You say no. That's not what we're saying.
Exactly.
We're not saying you won't get business from your sphere. We're just saying like, that's not the goal. The goal is a lot bigger than that, because that one person in your sphere knows 100 or 200 or 300 or 500 other people, and some of those people might need some help too.
Yes. So that brings me to two things that we need to understand. First of all, is that your sphere needs to grow, because part of the up and down of real estate, the peaks and the valleys, come from the fact that if you are using 100 it's just an easy round number, but let's say that you are connected, your sphere is 100 people. Well, you mean how many out of those 100 are going to be moving? Now, we could talk about the statistics that 14% of the country moves every year, but we're talking about like your specific 100. Well, sometimes that will be true, and other times it will be none of them, right? And that's where people run into the problem of, well, last year I did 16 transactions from my sphere, and this year I've done 1. And that's like, man, this business isn't for me. It's too unpredictable. Well, yes and no. I mean, it is predictable that things are going to go up and down. So you can actually account for that, and instead of limiting yourself to just your sphere, so to speak, you can actually expand your sphere, but build a tribe. And we say in our book, The Tactical Agent, we say that there's an infinite network above that funnel of yours. It's literally endless. You guys have heard of the Kevin Bacon connector guy, right? Like, right. Became popular in the 90s, I think it was, for being able to connect any actor that you named back to Kevin Bacon in less than 6 moves or something like that. It's the whole 6 degrees of separation. That is so true. So in other words, like when we hear people that we're coaching say, I don't know enough people, that's really a limiting belief, which is a mindset issue, because that's not true. That's a false statement. You are infinitely connected to everyone else in this world. So you're just a couple of conversations away from almost anybody, if you just open your eyes to it. So you gotta expand the network and expand your connections to people. You have to open yourself up for that. That's step 1. Step 2 is now to identify the people in that network sphere, if you would, and build a tribe. So now when we say build a tribe as opposed to work your sphere, what does that mean?
Well, the best way I can explain it is to go back to the social media roots, right? When I first started my first business years ago, it was completely leveraged on social media. And, you know, at the time, I probably had 150, 200,000 followers on social media. And I would put up, you know, some kind of product or something and people would buy it. Well, one of the things I started noticing were the same people were buying over and over again, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I would have those people that would continue to buy, and I would do a little extra for them, or I would, you know, reach out to them and thank them or do little things like that, it became exponential, right? And the people they were connected to would start buying from me because they were all the time talking about how great what we were doing was. And I figured out that out of all those hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, I had a core group of about 1,000 that bought 90% of the stuff that I sold. Mm-hmm. And when I figured it out and focused on those 1,000 people and making their experience the best that I possibly could, business went up.
Yes.
And from that, you know, e-commerce based style business, bringing it into real estate, I've realized essentially the same thing. You know, like I may know 1,000 people. My phone has 2,000 numbers in it, right? But I can go through and I can pick out what I consider my tribe, my core 100 people. And the overwhelming majority of the business I get comes somehow connected to those 100 people by a considerable margin. Like it's I haven't run the numbers in a while, but it's got to be like 95% or better. And it's, you know, it's other agents that I have in other states that I'm connected with, people here, you know, in Phoenix, past clients, people that mean a lot to me and that I really try to take care of. All of that stuff really just that core 100, that tribe of people has been everything for my business and my success and my ability to feed my family. And I don't have to work them. I just hang out with them. I just connect with them. I just invite them to do things and take them to lunch and send them something on their birthday and just little things like that. And they help me. I try to take care of them and help them and protect them. And it's just a mutual win-win relationship. And that's what my tribe is to me.
Yeah. I love how you describe that, from whittling it down to the people that cared most about what you did. There's a great book called 1,000 Fans. It's like very short, or it's like an article, I think, originally. If you look it up, I don't remember who it's by or anything about it, really, to be honest with you. But I remember reading it, and the whole concept is like, there's, you know, like a band, for example. They might have a lot of people that sort of like listen to their music, but there's a subset in there that are raving fans, and they want to go to every show. They want a t-shirt from every single tour. You know, they want the signed album art. They want this, like they want everything. And it only takes about 1,000 people to have a thriving business in just about any industry. 1,000 people that are just like sold out on you and what you're about. And that's also true in real estate. And the interesting thing is, this statistic is built out of the book Ninja Selling. They talk about in your CRM, the people that you are connected to in your CRM are worth about $1,000 per year to you in terms of like the revenue from a business if you're in flow with those people. I think that's important to note. Not just they exist, but you're connected to them. And so if you have 1,000 people in your network, I mean, you have a 7-figure real estate business if you're doing it right. And now, and again, but it starts with the right approach. You're building a tribe. You're not working a sphere. You're building a tribe of people that you actually coexist with, right? They're your tribe. They're your people. You get that core 100 or like even the top 25 VIPs in there to where it's like, these people, like I've got people in my life, it's almost like they wake up some days and decide, I need to go find Mike a new client. I don't know what it is. Like they're going to champion me every time they but I'm doing the same thing for them, in their business. I want them to win and they want me to win.
That is the key to the tribe. And that is the vast difference between working your sphere and having a tribe is you want them to win too, and you want to help them too, and you want to grow them too, and you want to push them too, and you want to do things for them too. You want to refer them to, you want to improve their life too. And that is the difference between a tribe and working your sphere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. We can't emphasize this enough. When you build a tribe, oh my gosh. I mean, you're just unstoppable when you're the guy in the real estate. You're the realtor. That you're their guy or girl or whatever. I mean, and you do the same thing back for them.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at your tribe. Let's say you have a tribe, and in that tribe you have an insurance person, you have somebody that sells cars, you have somebody that cuts lawns, you have somebody that does hair, you have somebody that has a garage epoxy business, like whatever it is, and you're sending those people constantly, sending them referrals because you have somebody that moves into town from somewhere else, and they're like, I really don't have anybody that can. My wife's really looking for somebody to do her hair. Do you know anybody? Yeah, of course. Go see Brandy at, this place right here. She's amazing. Or, hey man, we just got this new house and I'm about to pull my old rust bucket car in here, but I don't want to damage the concrete. What can I do about getting a garage epoxy floor? Oh, you got to call this guy here. Here's his number. He's a really great dude. Let me introduce you to him. And you're constantly giving them business and helping them out, and they're doing the same for you. And it's just, it's awesome. It really is.
Yeah. And that's the key to enjoying your business. And you get to learn like, oh, I don't have to welcome this person in my tribe. They don't have to occupy space in my life.
No.
You get to choose that. Like that's the power is in your hand. Who do you want to invest in? Who do you want to network with? Do you want them to have a good sense of humor, be down to earth, have a lot of experience? Who's your ideal partner in your tribe? And then ask yourself, how could I get connected to more people that are ideal?
Your tribe is essentially the family that you can choose.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to, if you don't like a particular person and they suck the energy out of your life and they're not enjoyable to be around, guess what? You don't have to be around them. You do if you're like, well, I can't stand this person, but I got to work my sphere. So I gotta go through them to get success. No, you don't. You just don't. When you want to build a group of people that can have a shared values and culture and approach to life and experience things together, you can have fun and grow your business because the business is coming from people they know. It's not coming from them directly all the time, although it will as well. But build a tribe and you'll just never lack for business. Work a sphere and you're going to work yourself into not enjoying this very long.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, what do you think about that? Drop it in the comments below. Join the group and yell at us. Tell us we suck if you want.
I can't wait for the follow-up episode of reading mean comments.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. So yeah, tell us how we're wrong, and And then, yeah, maybe we'll read your comments sometimes. Once we get hate comments, we'll definitely do some bonus, like reading me comments. That'll be fun if we ever get that. So maybe you'll be the first. That's it. Thanks for listening, guys. Got this one in under 20 minutes. So we're trying to make these digestible for you so that you don't say no to listening. All right. Peace.